Hi, I'm back. Yesterday I didn't do a video, and it's a habit of mine to be a perfectionist, and if I don't hit my goal perfectly, or if I don't accomplish my goal exactly the way that I planned, I just trash the whole darn thing and forget about the whole project and just let it all go. Drop it. Abandon it, right? See if I can get a little more light this way. So I decided not to do that this time. I decided to try something different. And the different thing that I'm trying is, even if I don't do something perfectly, like doing the Easter Healing Renewal series every single day, I'm just going to try again tomorrow. And let it be. Just let it be. The Beatles told us a lot of good things, right? So, I've also been thinking about the way that everything is made up of so much balance. We have the days that are sometimes more light and sometimes more dark. We have species of all kinds of animals that are made up into male and female, and we have plants that have male and female parts, and these tenuous energies. This is sounding totally whacked out. Like active and passive. Like you can't be all active all the time because that's insane. And you can't be all passive all the time either, right? You have to have a kind of balance. That's what I mean. So I've been thinking in my own life about the different actions and passiveness that I have and like where that balance is. And so one of the things that I've found that helps me to rebalance some of myself, inhaling and exhaling, that's another one. You can't just like inhale all the time. You have to exhale too, right? So inhale and exhale. So one of the things that yoga offers me, and that I hope yoga might offer you, is a balance. That if you happen to be in a really sedentary job or really sedentary phase of your life, that maybe yoga can be a more active piece of life for you. Maybe it can be a time when you are more raw. And if you are in a really raw phase of life, maybe yoga can be a more exhale-y, calm it down kind of calming, passiving presence for you. So today's practice, whatever you're doing, is going to be a little bit more of the calming it down thing. Because not only is that what I need, but we're still in a really anxious phase of the world and our lives. Things are starting to open up again, which is great. People are getting vaccinated, which is great. But there's still, like, it feels like this knife's edge, right? That things could still, and in many parts of the world, not least in India and Brazil, things are, I'm super articulate tonight, by the way. So, let's just do a little relaxation, shall we? Find a comfortable seat. Sit back into your sit bones. Feeling your spine grow up from your seat. Finding stability, not leaning so far back. You've got to hold on to yourself and not so far forward that you feel your belly pouring out over your body. But a nice, tall, steady seat. Let your breath go all the way out. Inhale. And exhale. If you want to count how long your inhale and exhale are, you could do that. If your exhale is longer than your inhale, that can really stimulate your parasympathetic nervous system, which will calm you down. Calm you down so much you might yawn and go to sleep. When I slow down, I start to feel the movement of my body, not just my breath, though I feel that, but also the maybe anxious energy, the vibration of my body and my breath, the vibration just of my systems working, our systems, cardiovascular, and our pulmonary, and our digestive, and our endocrine, and our immune, and our nervous systems are all always buzzing and working, no matter what we are consciously, voluntarily doing. I'm setting us up for our first pose, which is a reclining pose. I've got a block, but you might want to use a book or a few books, a stack of books. And I've got a bolster, but you could also use a pillow or a bunch of pillows, whatever works for you. Just setting it up on an incline, like a wedge, as Charles would say. And I'm going to scoot my back right up against it. And you'll notice I'm wearing jeans and a shirt, button-down shirt. I don't have yoga clothes on. We're just doing this, y'all, right? So what I'm going to do to help my back relax and open up a little bit is put my knees together and my feet apart. Then I'm going to just lay back. I'm going to let my arms fall out to the sides. I'm letting my head come back. My head is supported by the bolster, by the pillow. I think my body likes this one. What I'm going to do while we're lying here for just a few minutes, we're going to stay here and try to relax, try to release all the muscles that we can notice are gripping, holding, or tense, or lit up. We're going to try to downshift them, try to let them let go, try to let them release and melt, all of the muscles melting. But in case you need a little visualization or something to kind of keep your mind occupied while we're trying to keep our bodies still, you might want to imagine a beam of light, a ball of light, moving from your sacrum, from your pelvis, that root of your spine, and on your inhale, imagine that ball of light moving up your spine. Imagine it traveling along and noticing and acknowledging each vertebrae as you inhale all the way up to your neck and your head, And as you exhale, moving down from your skull, through your neck, through your rib cage, down through your abdomen, to the biggest, deepest bones and muscles of your back, toward your pelvis as you finish your exhale. And then as you inhale again, moving up your spine, feeling, noticing, feeling that light. And then as you exhale back down your spine, allowing the visualization of that ball of light to take your entire exhale all the way down to your seat. Take a few more breaths at your own rate, continuing that visualization of the light moving up and down. It could be a very calming experience, like it is for me, apparently. Take 2 more cycles of breath here. And then begin to move your hands back to either side of your body. And perhaps roll yourself over to the side to bring yourself up to seated. Whew, that was really calming. So I'm a little vertigo-like. So come gently back to your seat. And then as you're ready, what we're going to do is come to butterfly. We do this so much in this series, but I love it. You might massage your feet a little bit. I love giving my feet some love and attention, remembering that they carry me around all day, that they do so much hard work. Maybe even hitting that acupressure point. I'll show you real fast. That spot right below the pad of the foot. If you're looking at your foot straight, it's between the second and third toes. And you can just gently press into it, bring a little stimulation to that spot. If you're sitting with your your feet in front of you, you can even put your thumbs in that spot. There you go. Now you can see. Massage a little bit gently. It's a tension release. I love that our bodies are made with points and places that are made to help us relieve tension, to help us relax. Right? We're made this way. Okay, so our next position is going to be out over our legs. You might want to grab that pillow or block or bolster and bring it around to the front. You could have your legs in close to you and bent, or out far and bent, a real diamond kind of pose or a real close pose, whatever you feel. Try it, see what you think. And if you don't like it, move your legs around a little bit. So what we're trying to do is, this is kind of yin stuff, that slow, increasing the flexibility, the fluidity, the stillness of our bodies, because we're just still in such a big, anxious, uncertain, busy time of our lives on earth, right? Uncertain. So, settle yourself in. And we don't usually have any kind of breath practice when we're doing yin. Just breathing normally, which might be hard to do if you're noticing your breath, but just have a little patience for yourself and stay with yourself. On your next inhale, gently begin to bring yourself back up to seated. Notice how your body feels. Good work, y'all. So we're going to do one more pose. Just a sweet little night here. And you'll want to grab a block or a book or a few books. We're going to do a bridge pose. So bring your feet together, knees up to the sky. Oh, that feels so good. Just laying down. You could just stay right here. That's cool. Or if you want to, align your spine. And on an inhale, bring your hips up toward the sky. Place a little block underneath your sacrum. Oh, that's right under your hips, so that your pelvic bone right here, right underneath your pelvic bone, so you're nice and steady. You don't have to hold anything. Perhaps turn your palms up toward the sky. You may have your arms down by your sides. You may have them out to the sides or somewhere in between. Imagine that you can feel your blood flowing. Imagine what direction your blood is flowing. The arteries and veins, your heart pumping your blood throughout your whole body. If you'd like to, especially if you have like just a few books or you're kind of low toward the ground, you might even bring your feet up toward the sky. So this is kind of a legs up the wall pose. Super, calming. Prefer to be in bridge pose, that's great. Just stay where you are. If you're in this legs up the wall pose, take 2 more breaths here. And then gently bring your feet down to the mat or the floor. Then let's move that block out from under your hips. Bring yourself all the way down to the floor. Hands up toward the sky. Palms turned up in a receiving posture. Draw your knees into your chest. Maybe roll a bit side to side, massaging your lower back. Beautiful. Let's do a little twist. Real easy, real simple, real quick. Drop your knees over to your right. Maybe stretch your left arm out to the left side. If you'd like to keep the stretch going, a lot of stretch, you can turn your chin and face over to your left side as well. Take 2 big breaths here. Inhale, bring yourself back up to center, realign your spine, drop your knees over to your left side, your right arm out toward the right, maybe your face toward the right as well. Take 2 big breaths here. One more. Bring yourself back to center and gently roll yourself up to seated. Thanks, y'all, for joining me. May you find the balance that is meant in our lives between activity and rest, between the day and the night, between all of